Greetings YouTube, Gernaldinho Plays here, and welcome to another pickups video. Yes, that intro there was my little homage to my good friend Scott, the Sega Zombie. And as you'll see, the wall of Mega Drive games needs addressing here because it is emblazoned with the Sega Zombie logo, and that is because it's on a pickup, it's on a t-shirt, it's on a Sega Zombie t-shirt that I indeed picked up from the Retro Realm physical store. Yes, since my last pickups video, I have visited the Retro Realm store in Ipswich, owned and run by my good friend Scott, Sega Zombie. Did a little video, shop tour video that you can also find on the channel, so do check that out. Even though there's been a lot more stock and a lot more changes since I've done that, please do check it out. It's give you a nice little overview of the shop and what it's like. But anyway, pickups. Now, this video is full of Xbox 360 games. I did have a lot of Xbox One games as well as a lot of Xbox 360 games, but I had so many of each, decided to split them. I only got 360 games from Scott, so seems rather right that we do it like that, because I can show you the pickups that I got from the Retro Realm and what was actually a day out in Ipswich. So let's crack on with the games that I got from the Realm, the Retro Realm. And the first one I picked up off the shelf. It was nice to see a game that I needed on the shelf of the Retro Realm, and it is Doom 3 BFG edition. And of course I'm going to check it's got a manual, because us collectors, we need the manual, we need our games complete for them to go in our collection. And a nice clean crisp manual there, no stickers on it, not been attacked by game or anything, so was great to pick that up. Also, Scott had put aside for me this one, had it put aside for me because I actually saw this in a Retro Chef swap shop one Sunday when Scott was on it, and said, need Fight Night Round 4, can I have it please? And he said, sure Rob, I'll put it aside for you. Didn't put it into his stock or anything like that, it stayed free of the shelf, put it aside for me, and we nabbed Fight Night Round 4. Scott checked that it had a manual for me, of course it did. Again, another nice clean crisp manual there as well. So nabbed a couple of 360 games that I needed for the collection. Now, I did do a bit of shopping around Ipswich first and picked up a load of 360 games, and I counted how many I got. Now, when I got to Scott's shop, the count actually put me on 799. So one of these two games was the 800th 360 game to enter my collection, which is a huge milestone. And of course, like I said, by the way, I picked this one up off the swap shop, sort of. Now, before we move on, I must make a big thank you to Lee, who runs the swap shop. It's the last Sunday of every month on the Retro Chef's channel. Link to Lee's channel in the description below, as there will be to Scott's, of course. Now, I need to say a big thank you to Lee, because I always planned on visiting the Retro Realm, and it's happened a lot sooner than I was intending, because Lee contacted me one day and said, look, I'm going to the Retro Realm, do you want me to pick you up? And he picked me up and he dropped me off afterwards, which is an absolutely amazing gesture, because yes, I'm not that far away from Lee, but I'm actually in the opposite direction to the Retro Realm, or in the opposite direction to Ipswich. So he's had to drive a half an hour mile round journey twice, once to pick us up and once to drop us off technically, in order for me to come with him and visit the Realm a lot sooner. So a big thank you to Lee. As I say, link to Lee's channel will be in the description below, alongside Scott's as well. Please do join in the swap shop last Sunday of every month. But anyway, there were a couple of other things I got from the Realm. The first one being a DVD, because it's not just games in there, it does have DVDs as well, so I had to have a good look at the horror DVDs that he had there. This one comes Sega Zombie recommended. I haven't got round to seeing it yet, despite owning it for nearly 6 weeks. I haven't got round to seeing it yet, but it becomes Zombie recommended. As far as I'm concerned, that's good enough for me. Do you know what? I'm going to make an effort after I finish recording this. I'm going to pop it in and watch it tonight. Now, Scott's done us a great deal on the t-shirt, the 2 games, and this DVD. An absolute cracking deal on this, and I'm not going to share the price with you because that's not what we do. So I'm really over the moon with that. And I thought I played a good game with him in a way, because I had a little gift for him, I had a little surprise for him, and I wait till I paid for everything, because I know what Scott's like. He's a very generous man himself. I know what he's like, and I thought, well, I'll wait till I paid for everything, and then I'll present him a gift. And I gave him a boxed Mega Drive game, complete with manual, to put in his stock as a little, congratulations on opening shop, here's a little bit of stock for you, sort of thing. And he kind of outdone me a little bit, because he saw me looking at this earlier because I'm a big Gears of War fan, and gifted me this Marcus Phoenix Totaku, not quite sure which one is the correct pronunciation there, figure. They had in stock. He saw me looking at it, and I decided to pass it because I want to spend all my money on games that day. And despite the fact I tried to turn this down, because Lee was with me, he stuck it in one of Lee's bags and said, give that to him, will you? And I can't thank you enough, mate. This is a beautiful figure. All I've got is Funko Pops until this popped up of Gears of War stuff, so it's nice to have a realistic figure in my collection. Big thing, do I decide, or I need to decide, do I take it out of the box or do I leave it in the box on display? I don't know. Haven't got there yet, but it's honestly an amazing gift. Thank you very much, Scott. So let's move on to all the other 360 games that I picked up throughout the day and all of the various places that I visited while I was in Ipswich. Now, I popped in a cash exchange and nabbed a game for £1. Yes, I, Retro Bear style, dived in the bargain bucket that they had there full of cheap games. Now, I looked at the games that were on the shelf that weren't cheap, and I had them all, and dived through the bargain bucket, and I found this in there, World Championship Poker 2 All In. It had a little bit of tape on the side, which I couldn't see if the manual was in there, but I could just about see it through the transparency. Knew it was in there, knew it was complete. So for £1, we nabbed that one, stuck that one in the collection. Now, another thing I did was I picked up all my CEX vouchers, because when you go to a new CEX store, obviously, for the first time, you're obviously going to potentially see a lot of stock that you don't see before. You know, visit your local ones over and over again. You know, you're relying on stock rotation to find a load of new stuff. Anyway, I had £8 worth of CX vouchers, took them all with me. I only spent half of it, but picked up a load from the CX in Ipswich, which was a nice big store. 2 games that I saw next to each other, because obviously they advertise in CX, that I had to pick up straight away. Serious Sam for £5. The first, and what was it they say there? It says it on there. The first and second encounter. And then also the Serious Sam collection. Saw those 2 there, had to nab them both. And in Ipswich, I did notice that they had all the manuals in the boxes. That one doesn't come with the manual because it's got the writing on the inlay. And I was able to check for manuals, and that had a nice, look at that, nice condition manual in it as well. So they were the first 2 that I picked up from the CEX in Ipswich. Also nabbed one Connect game. Do you know what? Black Eyed Peas Experience for £1.50. I just thought I'd nab that one quickly because it had a manual. I've been seeing the same copy of this in one of my local stores for ages without a manual, and I just thought, you know what, I'll wait one day. So it turns up with the manual, and boom, there it is. It turned up eventually. Right, I picked up a couple of Dragon Ball games as well. Dragon Ball Xenoverse for a £5, and also Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2. As I say, I just don't see the Dragon Ball games pop up in my CXs very often. I say that. Wait till later. So I nabbed those 2 while I was there as well. And only recently, I think on a TMB podcast, we were talking about Transformers games, and I didn't have this one. And I saw this one in there. Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark for priced up at a £5 as well. Again, got right on the inlay, so it comes with no manual. So we nabbed that one. So we've got a nice haul there of 360 games that I haven't got with CX vouchers, so they didn't really actually cost me that much from a CX that I've never been to before, so I was really pleased with that. So that's all the stuff from Ipswich. On to, let's do the eBay stuff now, and the only non-power game that I picked up, because I am collecting exclusives from other regions. So we've got an NTSC game, an American Canadian NTSC game. We've got Duck Dynasty, and this cost me all in, if we do the conversion in English money, £12.77, shipped all the way from Canada. It's from a Canadian seller. Unfortunately, the case didn't survive the journey, but I've recased it since, which is why it's not all smashed. Unfortunately, it was sent in a jiffy bag, so all the way from Canada in a jiffy bag. Yeah, it would have done well to survive. But anyway, it's got writing on the inlay, so it doesn't come with a manual, but it did come with this nice little sort of pamphlet here. So I like to think that's as complete as it will come. And yeah, it'll certainly be interesting to try this. I've never ever seen an episode of Duck Dynasty, so I have no idea what the TV show's about, but going to look forward to diving into that one. Right, back to the power stuff, all power stuff from here on in, and we've got a Tony Hawk's game, Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. This one was bought off of eBay. No other bidders apart from myself, so I won it for 99p plus £1.83 postage, £2.82 all in. It's a £5 game in CEX, so a little bit of a saving on CEXs there. It's like all the ones I buy off eBay, they have to have sort of be open, and I can see that they've got a manual and things like that. Because he had a manual, so it'd been attacked by game, so what? But having a stick on the manual doesn't bother me. Just like it to be in there. I like the fact it's got a bit about Guitar Hero on the front, especially Guitar Hero 3, the best one if you ask me. Certainly on the 360 range that the 360 got. So really pleased to have that one. Next up, we nabbed a MX versus ATV game. There's a few of them on the 360. We've got MX versus ATV Untamed again. Obviously, needs to have a manual if I'm going to see. We've got a bit of inside cover art there. So, been attacked by game as well, this one. I won this one for exactly £4. They charged me £1.99 postage, bringing it up to £5.99 all in for me. This has now become part of the backwards compatible program. The last set of games that they decided to all release at once and make backwards compatible. This was one of them. And because because of that, its price shot up a little bit. It's now £10 gaming CEX, so I was pleased to get this one for £5.99 all in. Right, two more off of eBay, embarrassing game time, but you know, got to go for them if you're going for a full set. And also, I'm still going to play them because they have gamer score attached to them. Anyway, the first one up, we've got Dancing Stage Universe. Again, it was all pictured, all laid out. Everything was in it, you know, a bit of extra paraphernalia, as well as a nice clean crisp manual. I think the quality of the manual is what really made me decide to go for it. I had to outbid one person and won it for £1.11 with a £1.83 postage, £2.94 all in, and another one ticked off the list. It's only a pound game in CEX, but for the quality and knowing that I had a manual in it, I was quite happy just to pay that little bit more. It's only a little bit more, not a great deal more. Anyway, that's not really as embarrassing as the last one. Again, got to get them if you're going for a full set. So we've got Disney's High School Musical 3 Senior Year Dance. And I was the only bidder on this. 99p plus £1.83 postage. And I kid you not, I was well impressed with the seller. For what the game is and what it's worth, they took 10 photos of this. We had a photo of the front, the back, the side, the top. That's the bottom, but yeah, the top and the bottom, the side there, so I even knew it had this broken sticker on it. Then they had a photo of it open, the manual separately, the disc this way round and upside down, and I just thought, you know, I need the game. I have to buy it when the seller's gone for all that. If they've gone for all that effort to picture it, they'll look after it and posting it as well, and they did. So yeah, £2.82 all in. We ticked off High School Musical 3 Senior Year Dance. Right, just the one charity shop buy that I picked up before we show more games from CEX, but all in my local areas. Picked up Darksiders in a charity shop for £1.50. Now, this charity shop, they're either 50p a pound, £1.50 or £1.99. It depends on who's pricing them and on what day, I think. But I got Darksiders 2, didn't have the first Darksiders, and ironically picked this up the same week I was talking to Scott Glory Hunter about the Darksiders games. I said, I don't have the first one, but I'll grab it as soon as I can find it. And lo and behold, same week turns up in a charity shop with a manual and in great condition as well. Not even attacked by game, this one. So we've got both Darksiders into the collection now. Right, and on to games that I picked up from CEX stores that are local to me. There's multiple games from multiple visits on lots of different days. But anyway, let's get through those now. First one up, which I think was a great price, to be honest with you, Hitman HD Trilogy. Includes Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Contract, and Hitman Blood Money for only £6. As I say, thought it was a great price. By the way, I'm kind of going by a new rule because obviously I'm now well over 800 games into the collection now, that if anything costs a single digit price from CEX for the 360 and I haven't got it, going to put some serious consideration into picking up. So when I saw this in there for £6 and I needed it, again, I think it's a great price. Again, always opening it to see if they've got a manual because it's that CEX. If the manual's not in there, they ain't going to have it. It's a 2-disc game, both discs are there, of course. But yeah, really happy with that. Extra bit of paraphernalia in there as well. So it's proper complete, as I like to call it. You know, you don't know about those extra pieces. So if they're in there, it's a nice little bonus. But yeah, a fully complete Hitman HD Trilogy. Shall we say it for a fourth time? Thought it was a really great price. Anyway, also, while I was in there, I spied Dirt Showdown. Yes, I finally have all of the Dirt games for the Xbox 360. Last time I picked up a Dirt game, I thought I had them all because I thought I already have Dirt Showdown. Checked my list, went to put that last game in the wall, Dirt Showdown was missing. So I do finally have all of the Dirt games for the Xbox 360, honestly. And it's this Hoonigan exclusive edition, exclusive libraries and Head Start pack included. Opening it up, again, checking for the manual in there. I had the manual in there, so it was a relief to see that and finally get it. It's also got this little extra bit of paper here with the code on it, so hopefully that code works. And yeah, we win the lottery with the code there, hopefully. But yeah, one visit in there, popped in there, 2 games, again, single-digit prices, so nabbed them both for the collection. Another day, I went in there and just picked up the one game, and it was Final Fantasy 13-2. I believe I've got my Roman numerals correct there, for only £3.50. And again, it's that store, checking for the manual, extra bits of paraphernalia as well. We're really doing well for extra bits of paraphernalia in this video. So yeah, we've got a sticker on there, but we can try and get it off. But again, like I said, I'm just happy if the manuals are in there. Doesn't need to be pristine. As long as the manual's in there and in decent condition, I'm happy. So yeah, we nabbed that for £3.50 as well. Another one game from another day, Two Worlds 2 for only £4. Again, this is in lovely condition. This was really never going to leave this behind. Yeah, lovely condition manual there as well. So we nabbed Two Worlds 2. So we've got the first one, we've got the second one now. So we've got both Two Worlds games for the 360. And then finally, two more games left to show you from another visit on another day. We picked up Just Dance 3 Special Edition for a £5. Yes, another one off the Connect list. I love the Connect, I really do. I almost feel like the Connect is a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't know why, but I really enjoy playing the Connect. I played some more lately, played Connect Joyride lately, really been enjoying that. So we'll have a little bit of a dance at some point. I played dancing games before on the 360, and now I can play another one. And then finally, these are cropping up more, I'm finding now, these Dragon Ball games. And I swear there was a time where a lot of the Dragon Ball games were in the double digits, and they seem to have dropped down a bit lately. Is it just me? Has anybody else noticed that? Please tell me in the comment section below if you've noticed that. I think I have. I don't know. But anyway, we've got Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. I was just checking if it had a 2 after it or not. But yes, it got a manual in it. Nice thick chunky manual as well. Great, nice condition. They're not been attacked by game. And that is the final Xbox 360 up for this video. As I said, I've got a whole stack of Xbox One to show you, so I've decided to do that in a separate video. Now, one question I get a lot in the comment section, or certainly get every now and again in the comment section of my videos, is how many games have I got? And I've always had them catalogued. I've made sure my catalogue is up to date. I put everything here into that catalogue. So what I'm going to do now at the end of my pickups videos, when I add to any of these Xbox collections, is put this graphic here on screen, and this graphic will include how many PAL games I've got, how many American games I've got, how many Japanese games I've got, and how many Xbox One games I've got. So this graphic now will always appear in a video with some updated totals of my Xbox collections, as requested by many a subscriber in the past to put up how many that I have. So I hope that it is happy for some of you to see. There we go. Words went all over the place there. That's because I've been talking for quite a while now, so I better wrap this video up and just ask you to hit a thumbs up if you enjoyed that video. That will be appreciated. I think you're awesome if you hit a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I will love you for it if you do subscribe. I love all my other subscribers too. But this just leaves me to say thank you very much for watching. And as always, please do take care.